Hello again. I think I'm live. Again, if you can see me, then please do say hello and let me know where you're from. I'm Natalie Ann Johnson, and I'm from, well, I live in Kent, which is just outside London, but I'm from the north of England. I'm from an island called Walney, and today I'm going to show you how to make stickers. But I'll just wait a minute to see if anybody is here, because there is a bit of a time lag, as you will know if you've watched the previous videos. Hello, Susan. Oh, Susan, you always get here first. Thank you so much. Hello, Jeannie. Now, I've noticed in previous videos, looking back on them, that I get a bit overexcited when people say hello, sort of during the thing. So if you say hello and I don't say hello back, I will try to say hello at the end, because hello, Wendy. For now I'm saying hello, but I keep sort of interrupting myself and what I'm doing. So, but it's lovely if you say hello, but also if you let me know what you like to make, and anything that you want help with is, or anything to do with Cricut, to be honest, or cutting machines, Inkscape and Illustrator, obviously. And anyway, before I begin, I've got to mention my course, which is open for enrolment at the moment. It's just reopened for enrolment, and it's available at the moment for the early bird price, which is $100 cheaper than the full price, but that only lasts till the end of today, Eastern time. And so if you want to join, then I would recommend that you join now. I'm not going to go on and on about my course, but I'm really proud of it. Hopefully I've got a couple of students in today from my course, and I've heard that a lot of people have got a lot out of it and really got to grips with Inkscape especially. But there are a lot of projects, but I think the main thing about it is it's like a learning path. It will teach you how to learn things like Illustrator and Inkscape in a series of steps that are easy to manage, and like making projects as you go. So anyway, that was about my course, and if you want to join, just have a look at cuttingmachinemagic.com. Anyway, today I'm going to make stickers, and I will show you the stickers. Have I gone out of focus maybe? I think so. Yeah, so I'm going to go through 4 different types of stickers, and so these are like planner stickers. Can you see? Right, so these are just planner stickers. So that's really part 4, because although it looks very simple, this is in Inkscape, and so you have to draw those up yourself. I'll show you how to do that. But these are Bitmoji stickers, and that's meant to be me. And I've deliberately worn this dress today to look more like my Bitmoji. Is that tragic or not? But I really love the stickers that come out of this. And I'm going to do another type of sticker too, just like with a cute icon on from elsewhere. But also, hello Sam. I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the most basic type of sticker. But it's funny because this is the most basic type of sticker, but it's the one that really impresses people who aren't in this world of cutting machines and stuff. And it is just a photo sticker. This is the sort of sticker that you can make with somebody's face on it. And this is my cat Dudley. And for his birthday party, you could just if you were doing that, you can just make lots and lots of stickers with a photograph in. But they're all slightly different methods. And so, if we're ready, I will begin. And so I'm going to start with this photograph type of sticker. And so I'm going to go into Design Space now. Well, so actually, before I do that, I'll just explain that. Although we're working with SVGs in general, and we want SVG files, if we're working in print and cut, we need graphic files generally, And if we use SVGs, we're going to have to flatten them. If they're quite complicated SVGs, we won't get good results from flattening them. But although we are working in print and cut, I still think, you know, like if you were here last week, the lessons that we learned with the thing about using text, I still think that if you want to add text, you should create it in Inkscape and then bring it in. And so I'm sticking by that. But also another thing before I start today, I want to post to this thread. Hold on. I'm going to use a file, and it's free. You'll get icons free. They're SVGs, but anyway, we're going to change them shortly. But I'll just post this into the thread before I start. Okay, right. So anyway, having said that, I'm going to go back into Design Space, and I've got to do a new project. All right, I'll just create a new project in Design Space, and now we're using Print and Cut. Wait a minute, I haven't actually changed this, have I, to the screen? I'm going to do that now. All right. So we're in Design Space, which is where we need to be if we're doing Print and Cut. And whenever I'm doing Print and Cut, the first thing I like to do is to go into Shapes, create a square, and then unlock that square by clicking on this padlock here, although I could also click on this padlock up here. So just unclick that. So now I can change it out of proportion. And so the size, I want this to be, right, okay, I have to remember this, 6.75 inches wide, and I want it to be 9.25 inches high. And that's because this is the size of Print and Cut. I'm not going to do anything, it's like I'm not going to cut this out of vinyl or something like this big rectangle sticker that I'll put somewhere. This is purely to show me how big I can work with. You know, that when I've got my sticker sheet, this is how big I can print out. And we can cheat that to an extent, but we haven't got time to do that today. So for now, I am going to stick within those limits of 6.75 by 9.25 inches. And so we're starting with this photo sticker thing. And I'm going to go, I'll click on this and I'll go to line type cut. And where that grey square is, I'm going to click on that and just change it to any colour. And that's because I want whatever I create to stand out on the background. And I'll just create some basic, circular shapes. Circles. I could make star shapes if I wanted to, but or whatever shapes are here. Yeah, you could do a heart shape, but I'll just do circles for now, right? So I'll click on circle, and a circle will appear somewhere in time. Oh, it's taking a while tonight. All right, so there's my circle. And I look at the top and the padlock is on, so I know that when I resize this, it will resize as a circle rather than an oval. And I think I want this to be 1 inch high and 1 inch wide. So if I type 1, because the padlock's on, if I click on enter, it will be resized as a circle. I don't know what that is. It will resize as a circle. And right, so we're doing a photo sticker is really, really easy. So I'm imagining again, I'll just recreate again. If I wanted to do a sticker for my cat, with his face in it, and imagine you could do this for anybody's birthday party, anyone that likes to see their picture anywhere. So I've created this circle. And if we want to put a photograph in it, we need to go to fill at the top. And it says no fill at the moment, but we need to change that to print. And then we need to click on this, the square next to it that's in grey. And it says colour, but we need to do, from the drop down, we need to choose pattern. Oh gosh, actually, no, I forgot the other bit. Oh, hey, okay, imagine I didn't say that. Because I did this earlier, I've just sort of forgotten what I needed to do first of all. Right, this is really, really important actually. So go to, before you create before you do that pattern fill thing, go to upload, go to upload. Oh, no, sorry. Go to upload. Now, this is the bit that's quite exciting, that a lot of people don't go anywhere near. And when you go to upload, you're invited to upload image, and that's what you'll do the vast majority of the time. But if you want to insert a photograph into a shape, you want to upload pattern and create a pattern fill. So I will click on this and upload pattern. Then I'll browse and I'll be able to bring in any photograph I want. And as you can see, I've been doing this already, so you've got all these pictures of my cat Dudley. So I'll click on that and open. There you go. This is Dudley's Tinder photo. I tell him it's not the best one, but he doesn't listen. So anyway, yeah, I'm happy with that, so I'll go to save. And this bit is the bit that can take the longest time. Even though I have made this photo so that it's a lot lighter than it was and a lot smaller than it was, it's still taking some time. So, I mean, it will happen. I don't know whether to wait or not and just carry on. Ah, yes, it's happened. How brilliant. The thing is, when you do upload a photograph as a pattern fill, it looks like nothing's happened. Look, you get back to this screen and, you know, it's like if you'd uploaded an image, it would appear here. But it hasn't appeared. But you just got to be confident that it has happened. So now I'm going to go back to my canvas. And remember, I've got this big lilac-y purpley square. And, sorry, I was distracted again. I'm not going to be distracted. Let me see. I am actually going to see what's happened. Make sure everything... Oh, Beth lives near Dudley in the UK. Ah, yeah. Well, my cats are called Peter and Dudley, and they're named after Peter Cook and Dudley Moore, so the comedians. But Dudley is a fine town. I think that's where Lenny Henry comes from, isn't it? So anyway, here's my circle that I created. Remember, it was like an inch by an inch. And yeah, I'm back to where I was before. Like, I need to go into fill at the top. I need to choose print because the default is no fill, I think. Then I click on the square alongside. Where it says colour, I choose pattern from the drop down. And now my whatever I've uploaded as a pattern fill, as in Dudley just now, is here. And look, you can see I've been doing this a while. So if I just choose Dudley as a pattern there, I click on him there. Again, it's quite slow today, this. Jeannie, thank you so much for saying that. Do you know what? I would tell Dudley that he's a handsome boy, but honestly, I think he's quite confident. Peter isn't confident. Oh, Beth, thank you. Yeah. Oh, there. Sorry, Dudley's appeared in this circle. Gosh. But I mean, this doesn't happen all the time, but Dudley has appeared, and Dudley is really awkward, so I'm really surprised that this has happened. But normally you would have to go into edit pattern and or close up. I can see. Look, you can see it automatically tiles it, and you want to make it bigger. Well, in this edit pattern bit, you can make it bigger, or you can move it left and right. And just if I wanted to get this exactly right, I would think, oh my gosh, I don't want to cut Dudley's right ear off. That's terrible. That's not doing him justice. So I can start to move just... It's so slow, this. It's like you're moving everything. The tiniest piece... No, nothing's happening, is it? Oh yeah, you can see it's moved down slightly, but it really is such a slow thing. Yeah, I'll just do this. Oh, so it's moving down, but I sort of want him to move to the right, don't I? Oh no, he's moved to the left. Sorry, I don't think this is the best interface in the world, but it does the job. Okay, look, that's moving in the right direction, so it's a worse time lag than my video, so Right, now that I've moved this to the right, I think I'll make the scale slightly larger, maybe 105, see what happens. Of course you can just change the number, or you can use the slider. Maybe a bit more, 110 maybe? Alright, and now that I've done that, I'm going to move, see if I can move this vertical again. Yeah, that's it. We're nearly there. Alright, so I've more or less got both his ears in. I mean, he should be happy with this, but he's not happy with much, to be honest. So yeah, that will do. You know, you can play with this forever if you want to. But anyway, back to the canvas. Now, automatically, all the changes I just made are applied to this little circle here. And what I'll do is I'm going to, let me see. Right, this is automatically set to cut and print because we imported it as a photograph. So now I can just copy this by going to Command and C or Control and C and Command and V or Control and V. And then I'll create this. Sorry about this car outside if you can hear that. Yeah, okay, there's a copy there. And now, I mean, I can copy this lots, but the best thing to do is press down your Shift key, click on one picture and the other picture, and then click on Command and C, Command and V, so, you know, we're duplicating them a lot more quickly. And then we can just create like a whole row of them by doing this. And I'll carry on like this, but before I do that, I would say that, right, I mean, it's fine, if you're just making them yourself, it's fine to just have them a bit random. But if you decide to sell sticker sheets, you will want them to look aligned and, you know, all together and stuff. And to do that in Design Space is really easy. Just click on the file, the sticker, then Shift click, and then click on all the other ones. Go to Align at the top, and then go to Align Top. So they're all aligned at the top, but now, you know, like if you were buying stickers, they'd all be equidistant. Sorry, equal distances apart or equidistant, right? So to do that in Design Space, you go to Align and Distribute Horizontally. It didn't look like it did much, but that's because it must have been pretty accurate anyway. And now I want to do several rows to fill up this print and cut sheet. So before I do that, I'm going to group this sheet. Right, so now I've got this row of Dudleys, which he would be delighted by. And now I'll click on Command and C and Command V again. There we go. And I can just carry on doing this. And I can actually Shift click on this, click on Shift, click on the others, and then Command and C, Command and V, or Control C, Control V. There we go. Oh gosh, it's terrifying, isn't it, really? And then how many is the space for at the bottom? I wonder if I can fit 3 on. Maybe. Just move this up slightly. See how far. Too far. Alright, and I'll do that again. Gosh, it really is quite slow at the moment. Then again, this file is quite heavy, I think. It's got a lot of photographs in it. And, yeah, no, I don't think we can fit this further. So, anyway, I'm going to just click on this bottom row and delete it because I don't think it will fit on. And as I just said to you before, if you're cutting this out yourself if you were doing it for a party or something and you were using the actual stickers, it doesn't matter if it's random, but if you were selling sticker sheets, then you want to click on this, click down Shift, and just go through all of these rows. And you just want to tidy them up a bit. And you do that by going to Align Left. Look, they're all aligned left. And that's pretty good, but we also want them to be equidistant again, equal distances apart from top to bottom. So to do that, we will go to Distribute Vertically. And there we go, we've got a nice, right, we've got an arrangement of photo stickers and they're all in the right place. So now we can get rid of this print and cut template. So I'll just click on that and delete it. I will left click and drag over all of that, and I'll click on attach. And you know, because there's so many photos in this, sometimes it doesn't appear, or it takes a while. Ah, there we go, we're all right. So now if you want to make those, you just go to make it, and then you get this print and cut thing, and you'll see that it's absolutely full of these stickers. And yeah, that's it. That's the first method. That is just making a photo sticker, and you didn't have to do a circle. You could do a star. You could do anything you want to, but that's how you do that. So hold on, I'll just cancel that. And you saw my stickers on the sheet there. And if you haven't done the print and cut before, what happens is if you click on make it, it sends it to your printer prints it out, and then you put it on. Actually, I'll just do this again. Hold on, I might go back to the screen for this. Yeah, look, so I printed these out, following, I did exactly what I did just now, and then my printer printed it out, and then I just put it on my mat as normal. And if you haven't done print and cut, all you need to do, it's magical. Your machine will just detect these lines, and that will guide it to cut these circles in exactly the right place, so that you get a sticker like this of Dudley, which you can use, well, you can wear it if you want to, like this. So yeah, it's a really brilliant feature. So anyway, I hope that was useful. But now, sorry, the second thing I want to do is, actually it was, I don't know if Cheryl's here today, but she mentioned that when I said the stickers thing, she said something about doing cupcake stickers. And so I'm just going to use the file that I mentioned at the link that I gave earlier is to a file that gives you, it's like 100 emojis, and you can just use them in anything that you want, and it's just a brilliant free file. And actually, if you attended our pop-up card thing, our pop twist cards tutorial that we had in February, then you might have downloaded this already. It's like 100 great emojis, and so I'm going to use those now. Something quite important is when you've got a Cricut or a Silhouette, you're always looking for SVG files, aren't you? Because they're like different layers, and you can cut different layers of vinyl out. But that just changes. Oh, Jeannie, I'll get back to that. Yeah, when you're using, when you're making most things, you'll want an SVG. But if you're using print and cut, you will want you want it to be like a graphic file, and that's so it's a bit counterintuitive because we're always looking for SVGs. But this file that I've told you about, this one in Creative Fabrica, it automatically is SVG. So I'm just going to open something from there. So what's happening now? I've just got to find it first. I'm going to go to this, hold on, where is it? Downloads. Okay, it's called, if you unzip it, it will say 100 more cute emojis. And then if you go to SVG, you'll end up with these it's a lot of, wait a minute, I'm sorry, I've just realised, I keep forgetting to go back to screen, right? I'm going back to the screen. Right. Hold on. Yeah. So I opened this file, this 100 cute emojis file, and it's full of, they're not very descriptive, are they? Can we look at them in a box? Oh, okay, yeah, of course. If you look at them in the icon view, you can see what they are. And again, this will be useful for the planner stickers I'm doing in a bit. But for now, there's just lots of different things, and I just think they're really useful. So I'm going to go for this unicorn here, this number 99. And if I click on that, wait a minute, I'll just click on that. And I'll click on OK. And right, okay, that thing I just said to you before, I don't want this as an SVG. This is it as an SVG. And if I bring it into Design Space, it will try to cut it in layers, and I don't want that. I want it to be flattened. But if I import it at the moment, it won't be flattened. It just won't accept it. So for that reason, I'm going to click on this. I'm going to use a file converter. There's lots of different file converters that will work just as well, but I'm using this convertio.co. And then if I just click on add more files from computer, and then I'll go into this 100 more cute emojis, go to SVG, and it was number 99, wasn't it? Hold on, there it is. Right, so I'll click on that, open, and it's going to turn it into a PNG, and you can import various formats like JPEG and PNG. PNG just means it's going to have a transparent background, so PNG is good for this. So I'll click on this, click on convert, and then I can download the converted file, and then it comes up here as a PNG, and that's quite cute. So now I'm going to Design Space, and I can click on upload. Look, I've cheated, I've done it in the past. Upload image, browse, go to 99.svg it was called, wasn't it? Oh no, sorry, PNG. We don't want SVG, we want PNG. So we go here and click on open. And there we go, there's our file. I always put complex. I don't really think I ever use really, really simple shapes, and you probably don't either. So I'm going to complex, I'll go to continue, and quite often you'll want to erase the background at this point, but because it's a PNG, that means it's already got a transparent background. And so I don't need to do anything really. I can just go to continue, and there it is. But we want to save it as a print then cut image. We don't want it just as the outline. So I'll click on this, click on save, and there we go. It's in our recently uploaded images. So if I stick on this, sorry, click on it. All right. So zoom in a bit. This is actually quite small, isn't it? Oh no, it's in inches, so it's not that small, is it? So it's like 0.8 of an inch. And so now, if you want to, look, because it's in a PNG, it was a PNG file. Like if you'd imported it as an SVG file, it would have been lots of different layers, all cut out separately. It would all be in this right-hand margin. There'd be lots of different layers, and they'd all be cut. But because we've imported it as a PNG, it's just all on one layer, and it's all ready to cut and print. And if we make this now, I'll just show you what happens. If we make this now, it will go, well, it will print up, and when it cuts, it will cut exactly round the head of this unicorn. And that's fine, you know, you can do that if you want to. But I'll just show you a couple of things you can do with it. If you want to, like say Cheryl wanted to, if you want to make cupcake stickers or something, you can go into shapes and you can create again, I'm going to use the circle because the star doesn't quite work, does it? But I'll click on circle. I'll make this, maybe I'll make this 1 by 1 inch again by just making sure the padlock's on and changing the width to 1 and the height to 1. And then, okay, so that, maybe I'll make this slightly smaller so it fits in an inch, because an inch is, well, an inch is a decent size for a sticker. So, making sure the padlock's on again, which it is by default. I'll just left click and drag to make this unicorn smaller. Ah, it's disappeared, right? Okay. Because this is disappearing, I need to bring it to the front, right? So, I'll click on this. I'll go to arrange and send to front. And then, there we go, we can bring it right into the middle. And yeah, you can resize it if you want to. But this circle we've got here, like normally when we're using, when we're cutting things out of vinyl, I'm always like, well, the colour doesn't really matter because you're going to cut it out of vinyl and it's going to ask you to insert the colour of vinyl. But the thing with print and cut is the colour you choose is absolutely important because your printer is going to try to recreate it. So you do need to click on this and then go to this colour here next to line type at the top where it says cut. Sorry, wait a minute. While we select this circle, yeah, it's still on cut, right? So you can choose any colour you want, but also go to advanced if you want to choose a lot more accurately. And yeah, I'll just choose this. Oh no, that's a bit of a yeah. Sorry, I could so easily spend all day doing this and I don't want to waste your time. So I'll just choose that anyway, right? And if I want to centre it, I can left click and drag over the whole thing. And again, I can go to align, centre horizontally and centre vertically. And that's pretty good, but at the moment, this is going to print and cut this unicorn, and then it's going to want to print a circle. So we need to left click and drag over the whole thing, and then click on flatten. And you can tell something's flattened because, like this circle here, before we did it, like I'll just undo it, right? It has a black outline, and then when you flatten it, the outline disappears. So I'll just undo that again. Look, you can see there's this outline here. Now this is different because it's a different file. Oh gosh, I hope this isn't too confusing. But anyway, if you have any problems with it, like it starts to become second nature, which I think is why I'm not questioning it myself, but you just have to think that when you flatten it, some of your black lines around the edge will disappear. So to make this a sticker, we just left click and drag over it and then click on flatten. And then we can do exactly the same that we did before. I'm not going to do all this, but remember, we went to shapes, we went to square, we clicked on the padlock so that it would, you know, we could resize it, and we wanted to change the width to 6.75 and 9.25. And that was our template to show us how many stickers we could get on this. Oh, again, it's disappeared. So, if it disappears, click on it, go to Arrange, Centre Front, and then there we are. And you can just do what I did in the last lesson, just copy it, Command and C, Command V, or Control C, Control V, and just, it's exactly the same thing again. So that's how you would make, you know, get the most use out of your paper. And then once you've filled that up, you can get rid of this. And then you go to, well, go to attach so that it all prints in the same place, because sometimes Design Space does not make the most use of your paper. It will put them on two sheets sometimes when it doesn't need to. So just as a test, I'll just go to attach and I'll go to make it. And you can see, look, I've got 3 unicorns on circular backgrounds there and ready to print and cut. So there we go, that's the second type using those sorts of icons. So now I'm going to answer the questions because I haven't answered them. Oh, about printer paper. Hold on. Wait a minute, I'll just go back to this for a minute. Alright, so I've been using this like glossy, this isn't a well-known brand or anything, but just look for glossy white photo paper. I've used like normal sticker paper and everything, but if you're making stickers for someone else, certainly, or you want professional stickers, I do like this glossy stuff or this transparent stuff if you want like transparent stickers, but you can print on it. That's what's great about it. But the setting though, I don't use I don't use sticker paper setting. I have used that, and it just cuts circle out, and you want that kiss cut again. So really, I would use, for this, the best results come from premium vinyl and, well, actually, did I have more pressure? Maybe, yeah, I think I did have more pressure on this. But do judge it, and even if you have to do a custom setting maybe for this. But I do find that it cuts on premium vinyl better than it does on sticker paper. So, but anyway, sorry, I wanted to get back to these questions. Where are they? Okay, Sarah says, do you need to use the bleed option? Well, that depends. And again, it's about experimentation. When you put bleed on, it puts this sort of thick border it's designed so that you don't have any gaps around the outside, because Although I think the Cricut's pretty accurate, it's not super accurate. So quite often if you cut these things out, you are going to have a little white border. And really, I think it depends on the design and whether you would rather have the white border or, I don't know, it's sort of faking there not being a gap. And to be honest, I do put, for these types of stickers, I would put bleed on, but I think it depends on what you're doing. And sorry, Beth says, could you go to the make it screen and change the quantity top left and increase it until you get a page full of the image? Go to make it. Oh, I'm not sure about this. Could you? Sorry, I'm not quite sure what you mean, Beth. Could I go to the make it screen and change the quantity top left? Oh, the quantity. Oh no, I see. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. I've got to make it top left. Project. Do you know what? I never used this before. Thank you, Beth. If I go to 2. Oh, no. I think that what will happen is this will print this out twice, like 2 sheets on my printer paper. I think so. I haven't tried it, but I imagine that's what happens. So, yeah, I think if you want to make duplicates and get the most out of your sticker paper, I would copy it while it's on the canvas and then do the rest of it. So Cheryl says Cricut sticker paper is too stiff. Oh, that's interesting because I've never used Cricut sticker paper. And that's a shame though, isn't it? Oh, well. Oh, anyway, okay. So I'm going to go on to something else. But before that, I need to remind you that I do have a course. It's called Cutting Machine Magic. And it will teach you how to learn the skills to make anything on your cutting machine, and especially to use Inkscape and Illustrator. But it's the important thing is it's like in a gradual. There's a gradual path that teaches you skills, but there's projects all the way along. And yeah, it would be great if you join. But anyway, you don't have to, of course. But now I'm going to go on to the third one, which is the Bitmoji option for stickers. Wait a minute, where am I? I'm still here. Oh, it's more like cardboard. Oh, yeah. Disappointing, isn't it? So this next one, I'm so like I'm so rubbish at this, getting into, like trends when people are doing things that are exciting and really nice things. And you're probably well aware of Bitmojis. Is anyone aware of Bitmojis? Is everyone aware of Bitmojis? And I'm just going to show you on my ancient and broken iPhone what it looks like, right? This is my ancient iPhone. Look at the crack along the middle. Can you see it? And I've got this app called Bitmoji, which you might well have too. And if you click on Bitmoji, you can see all of these mad images. And I went, Jeannie, you know what? I haven't done a cheat sheet, but I will do a cheat sheet. And Sarah, I've used this. It's not a big brand or anything, but it's just glossy white photo paper. And it's 100 GSM, and it's inkjet and laser. So anyway, this is Bitmoji, and so what happens when you first use this is, I'm not going to go through it, don't worry, this is too primitive, but I can't go between my screen and the camera and this on the same thing. So what happens is you'll click on this bit at the top here, and then you get this face here. Yeah, I love Bitmoji too, Sarah. Now, the funny thing is though, because me and my friends are into the 60s, we've all got the same haircut, my Bitmoji, yeah, that's what it is, Shil. My Bitmoji doesn't look exactly like me, and I've worn this dress deliberately to try and look more like my Bitmoji, but it looks a lot like my more photogenic friends than me. But I still like it. And what happens is you can choose the hairstyle, and then you go through all of it. You can change the hair treatment, it says. You can change the colour of the eyes and the eye shape and all that sort of thing. But what you end up with is, right, once you've done all that and you get rid of it, it gives you all these mad things. And they're amazing. It's like some of them are happy, some of them are celebratory, and but they're just absolutely brilliant. And so you can, and the idea I think is that you're chatting to people, you know, using your smartphone, like I can't really. And, but they make absolutely brilliant stickers, and that's what I want to talk about today, because you can go into your Bitmojis like this, and if you do that, you'll end up with, basically it's just you. It's a cartoon that looks exactly like you, but it's in lots of different contexts. And for example, yesterday was Mother's Day in the US and Canada, so they had like a big Mother's Day thing, and they had a big Sunday thing and all that. And but if you don't want to send that, that's fine, but you can make really great stickers with yourself, with your own cartoon face in, or somebody else's cartoon face in. And I will show you how to do that now. It's a similar sort of thing, because you will just save your Bitmoji file onto your phone, and then email it to yourself. And then, so I'm just going to show you how this works for me, right? I'm going to go to the screen again. So if I click on this, right, I'll just go to abandon this. Actually, no, I want to keep that for a minute, right? I'll just go to Canvas. And then I'll just upload and upload image. And I've done this earlier. It's so easy to do. Do you know, I have so much trouble doing really, really basic things on my iPhone because it just doesn't feel right to me. But I did email this version to myself earlier. This is just one of my Bitmoji choices. So I'll just click on it. I'll click on open. And there you go. It's just coming in exactly the same way that that little unicorn did a moment ago. And again, I always choose complex. I'm sure there'll be a point where I don't want to choose it, but I'll just choose that for now, and I'll go to continue. And then this time, because this isn't a PNG, this was a JPEG, and a JPEG does have a background. A PNG cuts it out, but this is a JPEG, so I need to go to this magic wand here, and then just click on the background, and look, it's automatically got rid of the background for me, like magic. And then I go to continue. I want to save this as a print and cut image, and then I want to save that. And there it is in my recently uploaded images. I can insert images. And there we go. So now, if I was to send this to print and cut, hold on, I'm just going to hide these for a moment because I think I might use them a bit in a minute. So I'll just click on the eye to make them disappear. So I've got this now, and what size did I make them? I mean, I can make this any size I want, but this is like 2.5 inches. That's quite large, but of course you can make it smaller. Make sure the padlock's on, and change it to, maybe I'll change it to 1.5 inches high, and then you can see, because it's a JPEG rather than SVG, it's automatically set to cut and print. So I can do exactly the same thing again. I can just copy it. But again, sorry, I don't want to keep repeating. Well, I do want to keep repeating. It's the only way to learn. I will click on a square and I'll make it the size of print and cut by getting rid of the padlock. Change the width to 6.75, height 9.25. So this is my template, which is hiding everything. So I've got it clicked on, I'll go arrange, centre back, and do the same thing again. I can just reproduce this as many times as I want until I've used up a whole sheet. And with mine, well, you know, it's just the same thing again. You do that, you fill up the sheet, then you get rid of the rectangle, you go to make it, and your printer will print up a really fantastic, funny cartoon version of you in various circumstances, and it's brilliant. It will print it, and then it will direct you to cut it. And as I said, if you use nice glossy white photo paper, use the premium vinyl setting. And all right, so that's the second type. And I don't know, I love those stickers. And I'm just going to go back a minute because I'll go back to, because I'll show you my stickers. I absolutely love them. But look, you can see, can't you, that that's the one that I just did, isn't it? So I did a whole row, and the amount of Bitmoji files there are, it's just endless. And these really would work in a planner. And sorry, there's another one. Where was it? Yeah, that's me and Dudley, clearly. But sorry, I graduated like, oh my god, nearly 30 years ago. So I'm not going to use that one. But look, for example, this. It was just Sunday, so they had a Bitmoji for Sunday, and that is exactly the sort of thing people can use when they're making planners. So, well, when they're doing planner layouts rather. Cheat day, and there's another one that's, I don't know if I print. Oh yeah. There's one there that says gym time, and I know my photo paper has adhesive on the back. Oh, sorry, it's not really photo paper. It's special adhesive photo paper. This isn't just photo paper. Sorry, Karen. This isn't just adhesive photo. It's self-adhesive sticky photo paper. It's just a special type, and you will be able to get this. No, honestly. So, oh, so I've got chocolate all over my hand. I didn't realise. So, yeah. So you can use these. I just think they're really, really good. And yeah, also with the planning, I'm quite new to this planning thing, but I've noticed that when people are in, look, you can do this, I'm in a bad mood thing, or I'm in a good mood, you know, so many different things. So, okay, that's the third type of sticker. And the last one, I mean, the last one isn't, like, I think like the last one, the one I just did is really fun, this Bitmoji. This might not seem so fun, but it's really good if you are into planners or something, anything like that. Or you want to sell files online, because the market for buying planner stickers and files to make planner stickers is absolutely huge. So this is a good thing. And again, we're going back, I'm afraid, we're going back to Inkscape. Remember that. So I'm just going to go into Inkscape again, and so what I'm going to look at here is, right, when people use planners, I keep sticking on the wrong screen, don't I? Just go to here again. Sarah Kemsley, what make is it? I don't even think mine is a pocket. Mine is just like an Amazon search, or Sarah, I think you're in the UK, aren't you? If you go to Amazon and look for this, evergreen goods, or if you just look for glossy white photo paper, if you have any trouble at all getting it though, let me know and I'll send you the link to it. It's pretty good stuff though. So yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, so this next thing, this looking at HP as a photo, yeah. And also your results will depend on the print you've got and everything too. I've got an HP Envy printer, and although it prints really well, it will not accept anything that's slightly too thick, but it does print this paper, which is good news. So I'm going to go back to my screen. I'm going to go back to Inkscape now. This is I'm just going to look at how you create planner stickers that are a certain size, and I'm so new to this planner, I did not realise how detailed this whole thing is, and that people apply stickers for every single day and stuff like that, and they'll have like, actually this is a really good one, you have a habit tracker that you can tick off, because it's like if you keep ticking things off, that is when you've established the habit, a good habit that is, not a bad one. And like hydration charts to make sure that you drink 8 glasses of water a day or whatever it is. So anyway, you can do all of this for your planner stickers. But I'm just going to show you how to do a day of the week one. Now, I know that one of the big planners is Erin Condren Life Planner. I don't think it's even available in the UK, but whatever your planner is, you need to know the size of this sticker. And this one is for days of the week. And as I say, you could sell this, if you want to have an Etsy shop, you could sell it as stickers, or you could sell it as files if you create it in Inkscape, as I'm going to show you now. So I will click on rectangles and squares on the left hand side, and I'll left click and drag to create this rectangle. And it's the wrong size, so I'll go into this select tool at the top, and then I will, with the padlock switched off still, I'm going to change the size. At the moment though, it's in pixels, and that's no good. I want it to be in inches because the measurement of the stickers I've got, and also Cricut, is in inches usually. So I've gone to inches, and the width of this weekday sticker, this is a sticker that you can stick over the day of the week if you've got this particular type of planner, okay? So that is going to be, the width is going to be 1.5 inches, and the height is going to be 0.5 inches. So if I click on that, then I'll lock it because it's right now. And I'll just zoom in a bit, Command and plus, or Control and plus. And, oh, hold on, I'm always doing this in Inkscape. No matter how long I use it, I'll just keep losing what I'm doing. So, right. So now, that colour's a bit, I mean, if you like primary colours, that's one thing, but that's too bright in my opinion. So, when I did my planner stickers, I did them all in sort of muted, sort of, well, pastel shades really. So, I'll change it to this sort of aqua, but even that's a bit too bright. So, I will, oh, hold on, I'll just click on this. And then I can click on these and I'll get more of a choice. Well, if I double click on the colours at the bottom, I can change them to paler or darker colours. Look, by clicking on here, that changes the lightness. But I'm not actually going to cut these out, I'm just showing you how it works. So I'll just keep with that for now. And then, so that's the right size. And so I need to create 7 of these because obviously there's 7 days in a week. And to copy in Inkscape, you need to go to Edit and Duplicate. And it looks like nothing's happened until you drag it away. And then you do this again, Edit and Duplicate, or just Control and D. So I'll go to Control and D. Again, looks like nothing's happened. Control and D. Did that work? I don't think it did it? No, it didn't. Okay, Control and D. Drag that away. And that, but now I can just copy these 3, Control and D, and then drag that away. So, now, I want to make these days of the week stickers, don't I? So, I want to just type a day of the week. Oh, actually, this is a good tip. If you're doing this, and you're doing a day of the week thing, always start with Wednesday, because Wednesday's got more letters in it than the other days of the week. So, you know, it's like if you start with Monday and then you've got the font right and the size right, and then you get to Wednesday and it won't even fit on the sticker. So really, just click on this A on the left-hand side of the text object, click on the canvas, and then just type Wednesday. This gives me this, I mean, it's very nice and functional, but it's not the font I would use. So I will click on this box at the top, and I click on the drop down, and then if I click on it twice usually, I can choose a font. And the fonts that people tend to like are sort of more script type fonts. So I'm going to use, what's Melonade like? I don't know. Oh no, that's far too wispy. Actually, I know Milkshake will work. That's okay. So, yep, that's fine. But now I want to make sure it fits into the box. So, while it's clicked on right, I want to make sure the padlock's on because, repeating myself yet again, if you're resizing text, always make sure the padlock's on because it doesn't look nice when it's resized and people can tell that it's not right. So it's just something that is automatic, you can tell it's not right. So now that I know that it has got the padlock on, I'll click on it and then I'll left click and drag in this bottom right, on this bottom right arrow, and then there we go. That I can make it small enough to fit in the box. And yeah, that's about right. Although Wednesday should really be, when it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, I'll put Wednesday here. And now I can change the colour of it by going to the bottom here. And the other thing I can do is make sure it's in the centre. I'll left click and drag over both of these, and then I can go to this Align and Distribute tool that we talked about quite a lot last week. But look, you can just do it here. It's not very different from Design Space Align tool. It's just if you go to Align and Distribute and you get these little 3 rectangles and you get all of these options that just allow you to centre vertically or horizontally, you know, and in relation to different things. You can centre in relation to other objects and stuff. So I'll just centre this vertically and horizontally. And so there we go, there's our Wednesday. But we want to go through the whole thing, don't we? So I'll click on Edit, Duplicate, and I'll do, hold on, I never get used to that. It doesn't look like anything's happened. But then, oh no, it's invisible because, yeah, sorry. I never get over that either, the fact that it's totally, you can't see it at all. I'm going to undo that. Right, I'm going to copy that again. Right, Edit, Duplicate. Looks like nothing's there. Wrong tool. Select tool. Click on that and then drag it away. And then while you're in text again, click on that. Double click and then you can edit it. So now I can go to Tuesday. I can click on that. I can do the same thing again with this outline. Right, if I shift click and click on this rectangle, I can make it, I can centre it vertically and centre it horizontally. Hold on, that didn't work, did it? Yeah, that's it. All right. But based on the heights of the letters that are in the words, they might not be aligned properly. So you might want to align them in relation to each other. And you might actually even want to judge it by using your eye, because some of these fonts, especially the swirly ones, you know, they might strictly be this certain width, but a lot of the width might include a swirly bit, and it just really use your instinct for this, your design instinct. And so I've done Tuesday and Wednesday, and you know, again, I can change the colour. I can click on pink. I'll click on Tuesday, Command C, Command. Oh no, I didn't need to do that. I always do that instead of duplicate. Right, click on Tuesday, click on Edit, Duplicate, drag that over there. Get into text mode, you clicking on this A, double click, type Monday, click on Select Tool, and then click Shift, click on the box, and then again centre on vertical axis, centre on horizontal axis. So now we've got 3 stickers, and you can see, can't you, how we go through all of the days of the week. And you know, I can click on that green there, it's very bright green. I can change it by just, oh gosh, that's even worse. Yeah, I can go to more mint green. So you can see, can't you, how I can do this. But at the moment, this isn't right. Hold on. No, actually, I should do all of them so you can see how to align them. What should I do? Yeah. All right, I am going to do them all, but I'll just quickly, I'll do like a yellow box, and I'll copy this text here, click on Monday with Select Tool. Click on Edit, Duplicate, and then drag it over, and then make this one Sunday, and click on that again, and I can align it to this, go into this Align tool, horizontal and vertical axis, just centre it. And yeah, the reason I'm doing all of this is because I want to show you how to get the most out of your sticker paper again, which I think is quite important because it's not all very cheap, is it? So yeah, I'll just duplicate these Wednesday and drag that over there, and I'll just keep duplicating, and then I can just change these days. Control and D that. Oh gosh, sorry, I keep doing that. Hold on. Right, yeah, Edit, Duplicate. No, wrong, sorry, I've got the wrong tool. Sorry, right, Select Tool, that's it, and then drag it away. And then for this one, I'll just double click, while I'm in the text tool, I'll double click, type Thursday. On this one, double click, Friday, and then on this one, Saturday. Yeah. And again, click on this and the square around it and centre it horizontally and vertically. Same with Friday and same with Saturday. And again, if it doesn't look right to you, don't be afraid to move things around a bit. So again, just clicking on the box on the outside. What colour should I have this one? What have I done? I haven't done anything orangey or peachy, so I'll do that. And then this one, I don't know what colour to do it really? Sort of no, I've done lilac. I don't know. God, this is so hard. This indecisiveness can just make this last forever. Look, I'm not gonna print this, so I'm happy to do a brown Friday sticker. And I'll make this any colour at all. I'll make it bright red. Okay. So I'm not saying you should choose these as colours, but at the moment, right, I don't know if you remember last week's lesson, we are importing this into Design Space, right? And this is really, really important. You cannot import text into Design Space. It will say text elements not supported. So what you need to do is make it outlines. Even though, you know, I mean, I know we've been, I don't know, it seems counterintuitive this, but you do have to make this text into outlines. It will be fine if you were creating it in Design Space, but I've told you that, you know, you're not going to get as accurate results doing this in Design Space. So what you need to do is just click on your text, right? So, and then shift click and click on all your other text. Oh no, not the boxes. Hold on. Click on the text, shift click on all the other days of the week. And then when you've done that, you can click on path, and it's stroke to path. And then if you go to your node tool, then, oh no, hold on, I've done this wrong again. No. Actually, sorry, the quicker way to do this is, sorry, there's so many ways to do things, right? Click on your text here. Have I selected? Yeah, select it. And go to path and union. And then, oh gosh, look at that, that's a lot of nodes. Now that, like, if you hover over it and it's got red around the outside, that means that you will now be able to import it into your Design Space. It's an outline rather than stroke. And just do the same with all of them. Just go to path and union and look. Yeah, same again. And you can, I don't know if you can, yeah, I think you can do them all at once, but I don't want to somehow join them all up. So hold on, I'll just do that. Hold on, where's my bright red Saturday gone? Alright, so we do that with Thursday as well. Friday and then Saturday. And before I import this, there's a few things I want to do actually. I want to left click and drag over the box here. Actually, that's not very dark, is it, that yellow? I'm not going to be able to see it, is the problem. Just make it a bit brighter. There we go. So if I left click and drag over this, and then I'll click on Object and Group, I'll do the same with Monday. Object, Group, Tuesday. Yeah, you can see what's happening. Just for every day of the week. So now that I've grouped them all, I can just select them. Like if I select Thursday, for example, I'm selecting the text and the box. And for that reason, that makes it easier for me to move them around and manipulate them. So what I want is, I want to do what I did in Design Space earlier. I want to know what size my canvas is. And for that reason, I'm going to create a canvas. Again, just a template, like something that I'm going to delete. So I'll click on this rectangles and squares tool, I'll left click and drag, then I'll go to my select tool and I'll resize this at the top. Now it's in inches because I changed that earlier. So I'm going to make the width, actually I'll do the width longer because it's the days of the week are probably going to spread out quite a lot. So I'm going to change this so that it's 9.25, remember print and cut is 9.25 by 6.75 maximum. And then again, it's obscuring everything. I'm just going to change the colour and I'm going to move it to the back by going to Object, lower to bottom. And then, now you can see how it lays out on this canvas and how many stickers we'll get out of it. And that's a lot of stickers really, isn't it? I'd love this. I can never get over how good all this stuff is. So, we want to arrange them though, very much like we did before. I mean, maybe we can get all of them in a row if we try. So, what I'll do is I'll click on Saturday, shift click on Friday, shift click on Thursday. So I'm just shift clicking and choosing all of them. Then in this align and distribute tool, I'm aligning them all at the top with that tool here, align top edges. And then I'm going to distribute. And I'm going to distribute centres equidistantly and horizontally. And there you go, it lays it out absolutely beautifully and perfectly for you. And then you can go to Object, Group. And now that means you can copy this as a group. So you go to Command or Control and C and then V. Oh no, I've done this wrong. Sorry, I always do this because that's what you do in Illustrator. You click on this, then you go to Edit and Duplicate. So the shortcut for that is Control and D. And then looks like nothing's happened, you just drag it away and do the same again. So you can fill the whole sheet up. But the other thing, as I said, if you're printing these out yourself, you don't really mind how they look probably, but you want to get the most out of your paper. But if you are selling these, if you're selling them as files or selling them as stickers, you probably want them to be quite, aligned. So click on this, shift click on this, shift click on this, and then align them to the left, as we did before, and then make sure that they're an equal distance apart. And to do that, you go to distribute, and then you go to whatever this one is, distribute centres equidistantly vertically. If you ask me what that was, I have no idea, but instinctively when you're using this, you'll get the hang of it. Honestly, I promise you will. And then, yeah, look, we can go on and on and on and on, but what I wanted to show you is how you would create planner stickers to sell or make. And then, right, so I'll zoom out, and remember, this is my print and cut size here, this grey thing, so I can get rid of this now. Right, we've gone over the size of the canvas, and I've said this before, you really don't need to worry about this. If you import it, it doesn't matter. If you really want the canvas to be bigger, you can go to File, Document Properties, and just make this larger. Maybe, I don't know what size, maybe I'll make it A3, okay. You see, I'll go away now, if I can, yeah, get rid of that. And look, yeah, look, it's just about big enough, but this doesn't really affect the size of the paper you use. It's really just to give you an idea of what you're doing. And so yeah, why don't we, right, now that they're all together, I'll just group them. I'll left click and drag so that they're all together, Object and Group. And this isn't going to fill in the full sheet, right? If you want to fill in the full sheet, just do what I was doing before and just copy and copy until it's full. But remember that you can do lots of different types of stickers and just fill in your sheet with different types of stickers. But anyway, now I've done this, I want to go to File, Save As, and I'll call it Days of the Week. Very imaginative like that. I'm going to go to Plain SVG, I'll go to Save. And now, if I go into Design Space, I've still got this up, so I'll go to Canvas. I'll get rid of this because I'm not using this now. And I will just import what I was just doing. Upload image, browse, and where is it? It was Days of the Week, wasn't it? Oh, yeah. And then I'll open this. And you might find that this when you're importing these, it can take, it's not good. It can take a really long time for them. Certainly if you're using a full sheet, but I would say just be patient because it usually does it in the end. So now I'll save this. Yeah, this bit takes a long time. Alright, so it's in recently uploaded images. So then I'll click on Insert Images. And there we go. So there are our Days of the Week stickers. I don't know why, because I grouped it, but they're not aligned. But that's okay, I'll just click on Ungroup. And you can use Design Space's versions of these controls to make sure they're all aligned. If you just keep ungrouping them, and if you just click on every... Oh no, hold on, these are separate. I don't want to separate the day from the square is the main thing. So, at the moment though, these are still SVG files. And if you were to make it now, look, it's going to cut out, well, you can't see that, but it's going to cut, oh yeah, there we go. It's going to cut out the days of the week and it's going to cut out the rectangles. And that's good if you want to spend the rest of your life making stickers out of vinyl, like double layered stickers, but you know, life's too short really, isn't it? So what you need to do is click on Sunday. Actually, it's still groups because I ungrouped it, but I didn't ungroup it completely. But right, remember the thing I said to you before about when you flatten, these black outlines disappear. So look, I'm going to click on flatten, and there you go. It's going to print it out like that without any outlines, and then it's going to cut this outline here. And yeah, I didn't really need to do this. Right, really, you're better getting rid of all these excess ones here. Right, I'll get rid of all these other ones. Because you really want your template, certainly if you're selling stickers rather than the file, you want to make your template in here. Like say if I get this square again, and I put the padlock off, and I change the, hold on, I've zoomed out too much. I'll unlock this one. I'll change the size so that it's 9.25 inches by 6.75 inches again. Oh my gosh, that's a lot smaller than I thought. Hold on, have I got the right? I just want to make sure that I'm in inches rather than in centimetres. Hold on. Yeah, I am. How strange. Gosh. Sorry, they must be huge, these stickers. So I'm going to left click and drag over all of these stickers. And then, oh no. First of all, I'm going to click on the padlock because I don't want to resize them. Now that's on. I'm going to just click on this arrow at the bottom left. I'm just going to drag so that these are the right size for this template, this print and cut sheet. Hold on. Gosh, was so large. But again, it's disappeared, so I need to go to Arrange and Centre Front so that I can see it on top. There we go. I think we're nearly there, but not quite. So, maybe slightly smaller, but I'll just click away. Wait a minute, I'll just move this temporarily. Because what I want to do, I want to flatten them all. I want to flatten Monday and the mint green square. So I'll left click and drag over them, flatten, left click and drag and flatten. So I do that over every single day. This drove me mad for a long time. I couldn't get my head around it. It's really hard. Because I think because we're always looking for SVGs, and it seems wrong to. Oh no, what did I do then? Something strange happened then. Yeah, I want to flatten that. Why didn't it? Sorry, something strange has happened with Friday. I've got to ungroup it again. Sorry, unflatten it. Is the thing at the front when it arrange, sent back? Does that make any difference? I've lost Friday and I don't know why. Wait a minute, I seem to have changed the colour of it. Ungroup. Yeah, what has happened with Friday? Oh no, it's set to cut and print now. I don't want that. I want to unflatten that. No, something weird's happened. Something weird's happened, but I don't. Well, I'll just change it to black and see what happens there, or white. Ah, that's better. Yeah, I just changed it to white. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, I'll left click and drag over it all and then click on flatten. Yeah, that's right. And then I'll do the same with Saturday and I'll flatten. And now we've got these flattened stickers that will print out, well, print and cut perfectly, but we want them to be a bit more organised. So I'm going to, right, remember this is my template to show me the print and cut area. So I'll move this Sunday to the end here, and I'll move this Saturday to the end here, so I use up the whole thing. Then I will left click on Saturday, and I'll shift click on all the other dates. And now, if I hope they're all selected, I'll go to Align and align them at the top. And then, oh no, Monday missed out. I'll do that again. Click on Sunday, shift, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Alright, so now I'll go to align them at the top. So they're all aligned at the top, and now I want to go to align, and I want them to distribute them horizontally. And they fit on perfectly, and that's really brilliant. That's exactly what we wanted. So now I'm going to attach these, which is the equivalent design space equivalent of group. And again, I can copy these like Command and C or Control and C, and Command and V and Control and V, or Control and V. And it's exactly the same as we did last time. It is, you can just keep copying it, so that you fill up your sheet, but also, yeah, and I keep repeating myself, but that's how we learned, I hope. So I'll click on this, shift click on this and click on this. Because they're all grouped now, I can go to align, I can align them to the left, and then, again, if we're selling stickers, we want to look professional, we want them equidistant, equal distances apart, so we go to align and distribute vertically, and then that's it. So yeah, and you can carry on with that, but before you print and cut, you want to get rid of your background, and then if you go to make it, actually, sorry, it's something I missed out there. That's good, it's just turned it sideways, so it has been pretty economical here. But if you want to make sure that everything's printed out the way that you have arranged it, sorry, this is quite slow because it's print and cut. Jeannie Pearson, when you attached it, when I attached it? Yeah, I want to attach this at the end. It automatically rotated it. Oh gosh, because it's heavy, it sometimes disappears. Oh no, it's not. It's not just that, I'm blaming the wrong thing there. Yeah, it's because it's right in the middle. So I will left click and drag over all of it, click on attach, and I can then drag it into the corner, or I can just type nil and nil in the X and Y coordinates at the top. The colour changed. Oh yeah, when I attached it, yeah, the colour changes, yeah, that's exactly what I did, yeah, with the brown one that was all brown, yeah, I know, yeah, I did, when I wanted to flatten it, which would have got rid of the outlines, but it wouldn't have got rid of the colour, yeah. Oh, that wasn't nice, was it? So anyway, I will go to make it. Oh, it has arranged it, and that's fine. So it'll print it out like that, and then it will cut it. And, you know, it will print it, then you'll put it on your cutting mat, and that's it. And that's how you make stickers. So we did 4 times. What time is it? Oh my gosh, I've run well over. I'm so sorry. This has gone on so long. Yeah, all right. I'm just going to go back to the screen here. Right, so, yeah, I hope you found that helpful. We did 4 different types of stickers, and if you need any help with it, let me know. And if a cheat sheet is useful, then I can do one of those. Yeah, thanks so much for joining me. I have to mention again that my course, Cutting Machine Magic, is open for enrolment, but the early bird price is only till the end of today, where you'll get $100 off. So please do, if you want to join up, then join up now. It is a really good course and you'll learn tons from it. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Has anyone got any more questions? I've taken so much time. Gosh, the time just flew by there. But I hope it was useful, and I hope you'll make loads of stickers. Oh, thank you, Sarah, thank you. I hope you make some great stickers. Thank you, Susan. All right. Okay then, so I will finish for now. Bye-bye, thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, I hope your cupcake stickers work really well. Sorry, thank you, Wendy. And I think I might be back tomorrow for a webinar. I'm not sure what to do it on though, so if you, thank you, Karen. Thank you so much for attending. Thank you, Jeannie. Yeah, I might be back tomorrow, but if you've got any suggestions for something that I can cover that you might be getting stuck with, let me know, because I'd love to just, do things that people find helpful. And that's it for now. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.